Welcome to Miami Food Adventure. Today I'll be taking you to the best places to eat in the city, from Cuban cafes to trendy spots and hidden gems. Let's dive right in. I flew from LA to Miami using the parking spot and left my car there. The garage was very safe and they gave you complimentary water.
Car driving itself.
First thing we did was checked in our hotel at Novotel. It is located in Brickell.
That's crazy.
Once we dropped off our luggage, we went to their rooftop for happy hour. It is from Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. for $8 drinks and $10 appetizers. Here's the drinks we got. The Sunkissed Martini was my favorite. After one drink, you already get buzzed, so it was definitely worth it, and it tastes really good. The first dish we shared here was the chips and guacamole. I thought it was pretty reasonable. Another item we got was just steak kebabs. I thought this was pretty good, but the portion was pretty small. We also got their ceviche. I could tell the fish wasn't as fresh, but for $10 you can't really complain. We also got their tuna tartare. I'd say this is pretty good as well. I would come back for the steak kebabs and tuna tartare, or just the drinks next time. We also got their truffle fries. I thought the fries were pretty rough. I didn't really like it. Overall, I would just skip out on it next time. For dinner that day, we went to MILA. Our reservation was at 10:15 and there was still the fire show. This restaurant is the 9th most beautiful restaurant in the US, according to People magazine. And from dining here, I have to say the service was really good, and also the food. The only thing I didn't like was their music. It was just really loud and it's not my vibe. To start off, we got the shawarma wagyu goiza with a ponzu sauce. This was $32. It didn't have anything special to it and it was pricey, so let's skip on it next time. Here's the drinks that we got. I didn't like the ume blossom that I got, but everyone else seemed to like their drinks. Another appetizer we got was their corn. It has a MILA spice to it with a spicy feta sauce. It blew our mind. I would highly recommend getting it along with their seasonal wild mushroom. This mushroom was expensive because it has truffle on it, but I don't make mushroom like this, so I would definitely get it again. We also got their salmon avocado. I like how it has MILA on the wasabi. This was pretty solid and it was filling. Another item we got was their truffle pasta. This one was really good. It had Parmesan cheese, chive with black truffle. We weren't mixing it well enough, so the server did it for us. So I had to say the service here was on point. We also got their prime ribeye steak. It had rosemary on top with mushroom. The yuzu went really well along with the seasoning. For dessert, we got the citrus olive oil cake. It came with a Greek yogurt ice cream. We definitely enjoyed this and I would get this again. Next morning, we went to Sky Coffee. It was really close to our hotel, though we drove over. This coffee place is served in an airplane. So you have to go inside the airplane to order your drink and food, and then there's seating outside. I wish I did got food here because it did look good, but we had another spot in mind to eat that morning. Here's their dulce de leche and vanilla iced latte. The dulce de leche was really good and the vanilla was pretty decent. We then headed over to Puerto Sagua restaurant. In Miami, you must eat Cuban food, so we decided to come here. This place has a lot of reviews and it's good reviews, and the pricing here was reasonable. To start off, they give you complimentary bread. I thought it was okay. And we also got the jumbo shrimp. This one was pretty good. And the star of the show was this oxtail soup. The meat was super flavorful and the soup was good as well. I also got the Cuban sandwich. That one was pretty solid. I would get that again. And we also got the flan. This one I would skip on. The texture was kind of hard and it was too eggy. Afterwards, we went back to the hotel to get ready and headed over to Hard Rock Stadium. Over here, the food I got was a nacho and a pepperoni pizza. I have to say the food and drinks here, the pricing was pretty decent, not as expensive as other concert venues. After the concert, we skipped the last song to avoid traffic and headed over to Coyo Tacos. It is open late and we just grabbed some food to bring back to the hotel. Let's dive right in to see what tacos we got. Here's the shrimp tacos. This was my second favorite and the beef birria was my third. I also got the cochinita pitbull. This was all very good, by the way, but my favorite had to be the pescado because it was buttery, and the carne asada was also pretty good. I would definitely recommend coming here, and I would come here again if I was in the area. The next morning, went to Cape Florida Lighthouse. This place was pretty nice, but it was way too hot to enjoy for me. Afterwards, we went to Sexy Fish. It was a Sunday, so they had their Sunday brunch. The atmosphere of this place was on point. The bathroom here is one of the coolest bathrooms that I've ever seen. So for their Sunday brunch, it costs $58 to get 2 starters, a main dish, and you can get all you can eat sushi with a dessert bar, and you get a side dish as well. Their cocktails looks good here, but I never got to try it because I wasn't in the mood for it. Here is their sushi bar. It's unlimited and the quality was pretty decent. I never got sick from it and it looked pretty fresh. Here's some of the appetizer I got. I thought the brisket was pretty good. The salmon bao bun was a little bit too salty, but the cauliflower was pretty good. I also tried their sea bass and it was pretty good as well. The desserts here, it looked amazing, but I had to say it was a disappointment. My favorite dessert was these fish. It had like this pop crackle thing in it and the chocolate strawberries. Nothing can go wrong. Their broccolini was also pretty good and the chocolate cake was not good. We just came here for the pics for my sister, but the food experience is okay. Around this area, there's also a really good mall that we enjoyed. After that long day, we went to our hotel and then we had reservations at Carbone. We had to make this reservation at least 30 days in advance. This place was very popular and the wait was long even though we had reservations, but they gave us complimentary champagne, so it made up for it. Here is their drink menu and their food menu was super huge. Though the menu is huge, but inside there was only like a few words. Here's the drinks we got. The whiskey sour and the espresso martini was good, but the margarita, I would skip on it. Here's the house bread with the salami and the pickled veggies. From the house bread, you could tell this restaurant was gonna be good. To start off, we got their meatballs. Rihanna got it, so we had to try it, and it was very juicy and tender. Rihanna suggested house Caesar salad, so we also got their Caesar salad. They forgot to add the anchovies inside of it, but it was pretty good for a Caesar salad. I also wanted to mention that there's Aquapana water for $12 per person, but it is unlimited, so that was pretty worth it. And when you dine in Miami, there's always a 20% service fee, so don't tip on top of it if you don't want to. And for the star of the show was the spicy rigatoni. We ordered 2, so they just divided into 4 plates. I have to say this was really good, and I would get it again. We also got this one. The fettuccine con fungi. This was not good. I would just triple up on the spicy rigatoni next time. For desserts, they bring out you this display of the cakes. It looked amazing. We ended up with chocolate hazelnut because Ariana said it was good, and the lemon cheesecake, that was pretty good as well. The chocolate hazelnut had a crunch to it, and it was perfectly balanced with the sweetness. And their cheesecake, it was nice and rich, not too heavy. And they also give you this complimentary dessert that I would skip on. The next morning we went to Sandwich. This is a well-known Cuban sandwich spot. They won awards for it, and the seating here is very limited and very tight. Here is their croquette. This was really good. I have to say this was better than other places, even Porto's and Cali. It was very crispy with a nice texture, and the filling inside was really good. Here is the sandwich we got. I have to say these sandwiches, I enjoyed it more than the other spot, and I would come here again because the pricing here was really reasonable. The bread texture of this one was really good and soft, and the cheese was really gooey, and they gave a big portion of meat as well.
Didn't let, then that's it. Sorry. We went on their shadow when I followed you.
I also got their mame shake, and I thought it was pretty good. I never had this fruit before, and I would love to try it. It tasted like a sweet potato and an apricot combined. Afterwards, we went to the Super Blue Museum. This place is an interactive museum, and I would definitely order the tickets online. It's $3 cheaper, and you can do it at the door as well, but just do it on your phone. There was this photo booth opportunity for $20 more that we opted in. It was such a cool experience. I would definitely recommend it. Once you take your photo, you go into this room where you see a display on this huge machinery. And when it's ready, it drops on the floor. And here's for reference to see how big the photo was. There was also this bubble room that cost more, but I ain't got money for that and the photo, so yeah. Here's the first room for the museum. It had a bunch of lights, and it changes, and you could touch it and it will move. We spent at least a good hour in here because it was just so much fun and unique. For the next room, it's full with light bulbs. You place your hand under a heated lamp and it would play the sound of your heartbeat.
Oh, mine's look kind of crazy, huh? This is like Stranger Things.
For the last room that was open was like a glass room. This one wasn't as interactive, but it was still pleasing to look at. Afterwards, we headed over to Design District. Over here has a lot of high-end stores, but I came here just to look at the artwork because it was so unique. We did stop by a coffee shop called My Man. I just got a cookie here, but the coffee was pretty good from what I heard. Here's the cookie. It was very flat and crispy. Overall, it was pretty good. I would get it again. We needed a little snack before our boat ride, so we went to a family.
Wow. What is your most popular empanada? Short rib? How about the second?
We came here just for the empanadas. The filling was generous and the breading was very soft. The pricing for one was $4.50, but if you ordered half a dozen or more, it's a little bit cheaper. Here's the empanadas. As you can see, it was perfectly golden and you can see how stuffed it was. In Miami, you have to go on a boat, so we booked with Miami Skyline Cruise. It was about $30 a person. The boat ride was about 2 hours. On the bottom floor is where you can purchase alcohol, and on the top is where you could look at the view better. The tour guide was very knowledgeable and knew all about the celebrity houses around the area, so that was pretty cool. Overall, it was a lovely experience, and I would definitely recommend for your first time in Miami. For our last meal, we had Miami Slice. This is a well-known pizza place, so we had to check it out because if not, I was gonna regret it. The service here was great. The counters are pretty small, so there's outdoor seatings as well. There's also a location in Las Vegas, but we had to try the original spot first. Here's the pizza that we got. All of them was really good, and I would definitely get it again, especially the next time I'm in Vegas. And that is it for now. Until the next.